Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is Well Red Beard, and it is a damn fine day to talk about a book. And today we are here for a book review, and we're going to talk about You Always Try to Kill Me in Your Dreams by Carlton Mellick. This is my fourth Mellick read. I've been on a Mellick kick this year. My story with Mellick is I came across one of his books with a funny title, and I thought it was kind of a joke, and I made like a tweet about it, and everybody's like, "No, Mellick's fun, this and that." And so, for whatever reason, I got one of his books in a lot this year, and I read it, and I've been slowly trying to collect, I guess, his other stuff and read it. They've all been fun. They've all been page turners. They've all been, of course, quick reads. They're great palate cleansers between, I guess, more difficult books, but they've all been kind of, they're all various various, I guess, levels of 3 stars for me. This is probably, I still don't think this, I like this as well as the first one I did, which was, I'm going to just summarize the title, but it's something along the lines of every time we meet at the Dairy Queen, your fucking face explodes. So for me right now, that one, then this one, then Sweet Story, then The Haunted Vagina. But all of them, 3 stars. So again, it's this weird thing. Why do I want to keep reading a guy that I keep giving 3 stars to? I don't know. Maybe I'm not being fair. I mean, and I've thought about that. Am I at 3 stars because it's a novella and because it's a somewhat comedic novella and because it's bizarro? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I have 5 starred the shit out of some novellas. I love, like for example, John Bowden, Chad Lutsky. They write a lot of novellas, a lot of 5 star novellas for me. Off the top of my head, Bowden, Spung Onion, and Snarl, which I read Snarl earlier this year. Lutsky's Stirring the Sheets, I believe. Uh, what's the one? Ah, shit, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on another title, but so it's not the novella thing. It's not the extreme thing. Duncan Ralston's Womb was a 5 star read for me. Extreme as hell, but I saw a deeper meaning in the extreme. I think these are just kind of like fun, right? Like something comes into Mellick's head and he just sits down and writes it. And there's one aspect of this story in particular that I found kind of funny. Our main character is an artist that goes away to college to study art and meets a girl there, and she will sit down and in 2 minutes draw a picture that he can't even. It'd take him a week, and he still wouldn't be as perfect as she is. And she's like, "No, if I sit down and think about it and try to do it better, I'll just fuck it up." So the idea of this, quick art or I don't know, but for me, like I was like, is that how Melick writes? But so like I said, go away to college. This college is just a shithole, which brings to mind the fact that we're in snow apocalypse here. We've got probably 10 inches of snow on the ground, and I had to drop my daughter at college this weekend. I'm going to go off script big time for this review, but had to drop her at college. Supposed to be Sunday yesterday, but that's when the shit hit. So they let us drop her off Saturday. Now she is on the top floor. She's an RA now. So while I love that idea because she gets some money and like free room and board, she's on the very, very top floor of kind of a shitty dorm, and the dorm is haunted or supposed to be haunted. So apparently, back in 1970, a girl jumped off the roof, and apparently, and this dorm is different than others. Whereas, like when you open the door to her room, you're on the outside of the 10th floor. In this dorm, that if this is the front face of the dorm, there's like a tunnel under it. Like you drive under it, there's parking behind it, and behind that's a mountain. That's woods and a mountain behind it, and it's like the very, very back part of campus. And it's creepy as hell. Like we were out there in the parking lot, and so like I said, all the doors open to the outside. So there's lights along the walkways, and I'm looking at 10 levels of this, and those lights are they're supposed to be motion activated, and they're just flashing off and on. Well, again, we're moving in a week early. There's like one person per floor supposed to be in this place, 9 RAs or whatever, and the anyway. So I went way off script there to tell you that like it felt like kind of crappy, like they hadn't cleaned up, like there was still trash everywhere, and you're like, hey, I'm dropping off my prized possession here. You think you'd kind of try to make it look nice. Anyway, that's the way this college was, just a shithole. And so sorry for going way off script, but um, yeah, and he gets there and the classes, the same teacher teaches every class. I mean, no one's really serious about it. But he comes to find out his roommate is a girl, which it's not a co-ed dorm, but her birth name is Robert. She goes by Roe, but because of that, she's just never tried to. They keep sticking her in a boys' dorm. She just deals with it. But so the gist is, you always try to kill me in your dreams. When she falls asleep, he is turned to mist, smoke, whatever, and sucked into her dream world. And that doesn't just happen to him. That's anyone that's around when she falls asleep. So, come to find out, there have been people that have disappeared around her. They have gone in and not come back out because you always try to kill me in your dreams. At some point, they go to a protest. One other little quick thing is like money. Like this is, I don't know if it's futuristic or what it is, but money is pretty um, valueless here. Like we open up on a scene where he gives $100 to like a beggar, and the beggar like cusses him out, and then they're like, they want to go get some beer. He's like, all I got's $10,000, and somebody's like, well, that'll get us a 6 pack or something, And so money is very, very devalued. I really don't know, what that necessarily has to do with the story, but it's just this odd existence or whatever. And then it gets even odder because we spend a lot of it in the dreams. But yeah, so sucked into the dreams, and again, it happens to everybody. So at one point, they're at a protest, like this school protest thing, and the cops come in, and Roe gets bonked on the head and is in a coma. And so, like everyone, I mean, police, students, is sucked into her, you know, and a lot of them die in there, whatever. But because she's in a coma, her and our main character, they start a relationship, and and if it happens to you in the dream, it happens to you in the real world. They start a relationship, they get married, she's 9 months pregnant, and then she wakes up from the coma. And of course, now she's pregnant on the outside world. And on the outside world, she doesn't really like our guy. And she wakes up and he's there in the room with her because that's how it works. Like, when she wakes up, he is now given back his natural human form or whatever, and he's in the room with her, and she doesn't like him, and she's sitting here 9 weeks pregnant, and they know she's been in a coma, and so sexual assault, I don't know. So it spirals. It goes to this really, really weird place where he does a 10-year prison sentence, excuse me, for this. And yeah, it's just out there. It's crazy. And a lot of times you finish these and you're like, wow, that was a lot of story for 100 pages, 120 pages, whatever it was. So I dug it. It's probably 3 to 3.5. Again, it's my second favorite Mellick read so far. I'm waiting for one of them to just really knock it out of the park for me, though. So this is You Always Try to Kill Me in Your Dreams by Carlton Mellick. This has been Well Read Beard. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.